We buy our kids school supplies, we feed them, dress them, and then send them off each day for a day full of learning. We also see them each day as they struggle with their homework, and we do our best to help. But then the report card comes home, and some of us just don't handle that moment very well. Some parents use bribery, others use punishment, and either of these methods and more may result in a disconnect between the child and his or her love for learning. Let's start by identifying who owns what. So one of the things we have to understand is that a child's learning belongs to them. What we want to do is we want to develop the child's internal motivation, the internal love to learn, to get the most out of the experience in the classroom at school. We first start helping our child by buying them the supplies, as I mentioned. We bring them home. We set up the workspace where they're going to do the homework. We then work with them in coming up with when they'll do their homework. And then finally we establish and carve out the time that they will do the homework. Once we've put all these pieces in place, the most important thing that we can do is let go. Let go, however, does not mean ignoring. It does not mean not paying attention. We have a very important job to do as a parent, but we have to make sure we understand clearly what the job is. One of the things that I always suggest parents do is when you establish a time for homework, that you keep that time there whether there's homework or not. See, if you don't, look at the problem that you may have. A lot of schools now, especially for children who are older, let's say tweens and teens, a lot of their homework is set up to be due in a couple days. It's very common for children to come home on a Monday afternoon and have homework assignments that might be due on Friday. So if you don't carve out and establish that time that they will work on the homework, look at a child who says, I got 3-4 days to get this done. I got a Wii sitting over there with a brand new game. Inside the child, what do you think they're going to pick? They're going to pick the Wii game or they're going to pick the homework. Oftentimes, parents come to me and look for help because their child is cramming at the last minute. They're up till 9, 10, 11 o'clock and later trying to get a homework assignment done that's due tomorrow. The most important thing that we can do is carve out that time and keep it. I know your kids are going to object. They're going to say it's not fair, but who said life's fair? So the best thing we can do is carve out that time Monday through Thursday and preserve it. Now, if the child has no homework, awesome. They still don't get to use electronics, but they can read, write. They can spin themselves dizzy out in the backyard if they like. I don't care. The point is that nothing electronic gets turned on. We want to reserve that time for a child to explore and discover the things that are deep inside of them. Now back to the homework issue. When the report card comes home, it's very critical that we handle it well. So I'm going to create a little scenario here for us to see how it plays out. And I've asked my lead technician, Jillian, to help me on the show today with this set. So appreciate you being here.
Of course.
So what I've asked Jillian to do is to basically be my daughter. I want her to be a teenager, and I'm going to be her dad, and we're going to interact and show you what it looks like. So here's your report card, Jillian.
Okay.
So I want you to pretend that you just came home and you brought me the report card. We're actually going to do this scenario twice. The first way is a mess, but chances are it's what goes on in most homes. Then I'm going to show you an alternative approach to what I think we should be doing with our children when the report card comes home. So Jillian, let's make believe you're my daughter, you brought home the report card.
Okay.
Let's interact, and I'm going to do it in an ineffective manner. So go ahead.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Jillian.
Well, I got my report card today.
Let me see.
All right.
Let me see, sweetheart.
Okay.
You got an A in English.
I know. Can you believe it?
My gosh. You see what happens when you listen to your old man? This is the proof in the pudding right there, sweetie.
Yes.
So I tell you exactly what to do. You listen to me, and look what happens. You get an A. Good job.
Thank you.
You even got an A in spelling.
I did.
Oh, my gosh. Wait till your grandmother sees this A in spelling. She's a grammarian. She's going to be so proud of you. You are such a good girl. I'm so pleased with you. You make me so proud.
Thank you.
Hold on here. What is this? A C in math? Your
I know.
brother is a mathematician.
I know.
Wait till he sees this C on your report card. Now, you're bringing that up, young lady. You hear me? I want that brought up.
But that's so unfair. I tried my hardest.
I don't care what's unfair. Here's the deal. You know what? I went to the top college. Your mother went to a top college, and guess what? So are you. We're going to get there one way or another. All right. Please don't tell me I'm seeing a D in science.
Yes.
This is absolutely ridiculous, unacceptable. You know what? I've had
But
it.
the teacher...
No, I've seen and heard enough. Here's the deal. I want you home every day. I want to see your homework before you even leave that table. And guess what? Playing with Susie across the street is off, at least for the next couple of months. I want you focusing on this homework. Do you understand? Now get to work. So we see this kind of thing playing out in families. And first of all, do I love my daughter? You bet I do. Because I've been trained inappropriately by my parents. So I'm kind of repeating the cycle. So let's take a look at an alternative approach to handling our children when they bring home the report card. So one more time, Jillian, let's start over.
Sure.
And I'm going to be a different kind of dad. And let's see what happens. and when we do this, I want you to see if you got different results. Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Jillian.
Well, I got my report card. You want to see it?
Read it to me.
Okay. Let's see. I got an A in English. I got a C in math. But I got another A in spelling. But I got a D in science.
So tell me, what's your favorite grade out of that whole report card?
I'd have to say the A in English, because
Why?
I worked really hard.
Yeah?
You know, and I did all my assignments, and I listened to my dad when he gave me good advice about studying and everything. And I'm really proud of that A.
You look like you're proud.
Thank you.
You look like you're really enjoying the fact that you got something you wanted. So tell me, what grade do you like the least out of the whole report card?
The D in science.
Really, why?
Because I feel like I could have tried a little harder, and I also kind of feel like I'm not understanding everything.
So I'm seeing some disappointment in your face.
Yes.
So what do you think you could do differently to bring that grade up next time?
I think I could focus on my homework, and I could maybe do that first when I sit down to do my homework every night.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I could have you or Mom review it with me, make sure I did a good job.
That's a good idea. And you know, I've been pretty busy lately. How about if I come home at least one day a week a little bit early, and I'll work with you on the grades?
Okay.
Okay?
All
Great.
right.
So the things that we did differently here, I want Jillian to take accountability for her homework. I want her to feel proud of it. Because whose report card is this? It's hers, it's not mine. So we must start there. We must set our children up for success, and then we've got to let go. But again, letting go does not mean not being around. It means letting her drive, letting her fly the plane, let her be there. But for us to be in the background, paying close attention, and being ready to help out, not do it for them when they truly need this kind of help. So I hope you'll walk away with a few things and handle the situation a little bit differently. So now, with the report card aside, I hope you agree with me that it's time for us parents to change some behavior patterns that we have learned along the way. And one of those patterns is how we make up for the things we've done to others. On the other side of this break, we'll meet a woman who went on a journey of self-healing by collecting anonymously written letters of apology. Stay with me. We'll be right back.